Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I am on the FREEGO F2 Pro, and the Pro only comes in this green color, which looks pretty nice. I would have liked the black one, but I'll pull over here real quick. I'll show you the bike. We'll talk about what this video is about, and then we'll get on our way. All right, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the FREEGO. Like I said, this is the Pro model. It comes in this green color only. There's no other options to get a different color unless you don't get the Pro version. Then you can get a black one, but you get a smaller 20 amp hour battery and a 1200 peak watt motor, which this one comes with a 22.5 amp hour battery with a peak about 1400 watts in the rear. Now, I'm assuming the non-Pro version and the Pro version of this bike both have the same exact motor. They probably just switch out the controller in there to get more of a higher peak. But I will say this bike does not feel like 1400 watts. Maybe it has a high peak of at one point hitting 1400, but I don't really feel that when I'm riding this bike. It feels about closer to 1000. I do like that it has this little bag right here that it comes with for free. And then you also have this for free. You can switch it out to a cargo little milk crate little thing, and you can put, you know, your groceries and stuff in there if you're going to use this for work or just going around to the store and whatnot. Huge fat tires, fenders, headlight, which we'll check out the headlight and the brake light later in this video because we're going to be doing some night riding footage. And I'm just curious to see what our range will be as well. We got 14 miles to go on this trip, and right now it says we're at 9 miles, so we can actually see how accurate this is too. I already went about half a mile to get to this little spot that I'm at right now, but let's just get on our way and go. Wait, is this connected? Hold on, we're already having an issue with this bike. The power completely cut off. I have no idea why. It's giving me an E02 code, and then this isn't working anymore. And I don't know what happened. Let me see. Is the motor still connected? I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this video. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to go back to the house and get my car, and we're gonna have to finish this video another day. I'm glad I'm not that far from the house, because last time we got a flat on one of these bikes, we were way like there, like 2 miles more away. So this is gonna be fun. Oh, like, look, can you guys tell that the power is like coming in and out? Can I use the pedals? If I can use the pedals, I'll just do that. Something with this, the throttle went out. Okay, so if the pedals work, that's cool. I'll just pedal the whole time. It's not a torque sensor, it's a cadence sensor, so you just have to move the pedals just ever so slightly to get it moving. But something definitely happened with the throttle, so maybe I'll have to check these cables, which they look fine. All the connections look like they're good on there. But yeah, FREEGO, your throttle broke on me. But at least we're still moving. I was about to go all the way home and get my car and call my work and tell them I was late. All right, let's continue on this trip. I will say it's not starting out good so far. I'll say that. Another thing is too, the pedals, they take like 5 seconds to kick in. I did a full review on this bike, and that's one horrible thing I noticed on this bike. Now maybe you can go into the settings somehow in here and change how sensitive it is to the pedals, but this is just how it came out of the box. I'm reviewing it exactly how it's gonna come to 100% of you guys. You know, that's exactly how they tune the bike. That's exactly how I review it. I don't like to mess with the settings too much and throw off my review based on how you're going to receive your bike, and it's not going to perform the same way. So that's exactly why I don't really go into the settings. Another thing you guys got to know too is when it says we're doing 32 miles per hour, the display speed is off 3 miles per hour. So right now I'm actually doing 29 miles an hour, 28 to 29. And then when I hit about 34, which I've hit 34 on this bike, we were doing 31 miles per hour. That's the max I've seen out of this bike. Oh, this intersection is gonna suck too, because the pedals just take forever to like kick in. So like, I'm gonna just be sitting here. So I'm gonna try to like keep pedaling, but when I hit the brakes, it stops. See, like right now, like I've been pedaling the whole time, I never stopped. But it won't move until the power actually like kicks on. I'm wishing the throttle worked right about now. FREEGO, like, what are you doing? Oh, my throttle's working again. How's my throttle working again? What? I don't know how, but it is. All right, I do need to get over, so I am going to merge over after this car real quick. Cool. Well, somehow the throttle's working. I don't know what's wrong with this bike right now, but we're definitely having problems. YOLO, YOLO, don't do that. I don't know why I just trusted the throttle right there to get me through that, but I did. I will say, I do hate being that guy for companies when something goes wrong, but if something goes wrong on my type of riding, with my real, honest, average reviewer review, I gotta put it in my video. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. But the good thing is, and I'll talk about it maybe later if I remember, I'm really waiting for the F3 to come out. The F3 says it has 2,000 watts of power. There's no way they're using this same exact motor. I don't think they're gonna be using the same motor, unless they're putting a very massive controller in there. Maybe they're going to 52 volt, I don't know, because this is a 48 volt system. And I don't know, but I'm really excited for that one, and I'm really hoping they will send it soon, because I talked to them about it, and they said it wasn't fully ready yet. I think Shreddy McSkate said he got his already, or they were sending him his, so he should have a review out very soon. He'll have it way before I am. But I'm hoping they send me one, because they said something about production is behind or whatever. So they sent me this one for the meantime. So let's just see how this one is. At the end of this video, I'll give you my thoughts. And then we'll hopefully get the F3 as well. Throttle's still working. I don't know why it's working now. I'll take it though, I'll take it. I really didn't want to pedal the whole time, but I'm just glad I didn't have to go back home. Now the worst thing would be is if my pedals go out too. Oh, that would be some stuff, man. That would absolutely be some stuff. But maybe it was when I moved those cables. I don't know. I don't want to touch the cables at all. But I did, you know, move the cables to look at them. And we were checking to see if they were all connected, because all the connections are like right down in there. But maybe it could be something in the frame or underneath the top tube right here, because all the wires run right here. Maybe there could be something loose or barely disconnected. That could be the case. But I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it too much. One thing I am gonna go by, something I really love on this bike, guys, is they have a voltmeter, which is dope. So right now I'm at 48.8 volts under full throttle, doing about roughly like 28 miles per hour. Not too bad at all, since we went down one battery bar already. Dang, this guy is moving. That squirrel was moving like hell. Our power is like right at the top. But I'll tell you guys, I love the fact that this display has a voltage on here. I mean, no other bike right now is having that, and I feel like that's such a needed feature. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we can go all the way down to 40 volts, maybe 39, but I think 40 is gonna be the cutoff for me. And once you hit about 40, that means your battery is completely dead. So it's better to go off these numbers than the bars, because once you hit your last like 2 bars or 1 bar, you don't actually know how close you are to that 40.0 voltage reading right here. So I love it. You know, it's just something I'm going to keep my eye on with this whole trip. And then again, we're going to see how many miles we do. We don't stop. Yes, I don't follow the rules around here. It's a lot safer. Why am I going to come to a complete stop, put my feet down, and then get back into it and then cause a delay with everybody when I can just go through it when it's completely free and open? Why would I do that? All right, so now something I did not do on my review videos, go up any hills like this. So let's see how it does. Keep in mind again, 3 miles an hour off from what this reads, and I'll move it down a little bit because I know my review is a little harder to see. But 24, 23, so that's 20 right now, 19, 18, the power's like fluctuating, going back and forth. So 18 miles an hour, roughly. It's not terrible. You definitely feel it, like, you don't hear it struggling, but you can feel the bike struggling, you know, to like get up the hill. But it's not bad. It's not the worst bike I've had coming up hills and stuff like that, so I'll take it. Another thing we got to test out right now is going downhill. Now it's kind of windy right now, so I don't think we're gonna hit too good of a top speed, but maybe going back this way, we have another overpass to go up and go down. But right now 35 and then 36, so that's 33 miles per hour coming downhill. right, I'm going for it. Bye, people. I really hate doing that to you guys because as soon as I hit that button, it's gonna be like that for 35 seconds and I'm already gonna be like way down this road. Like, they don't need to sit there that long, you know what I'm saying? I just feel bad because if I'm in the car and I see someone hit the crosswalk, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be sitting here for a hot minute. So another thing on this bike, the rear suspension, this is like a cargo bike, right? They want you to put like cargo on it. You also have a seat to put someone in the back. You can hold up to 330 pounds. So you can have two people that probably weigh roughly around 165 pounds, like max. Or you can have someone that's like 180 pounds and someone that's, you know, like 130, 140 pounds. But the thing is, the spring in the back, without having any extra load or groceries or anything on the back, I'm 160 pounds. The spring in the back is just so stiff that when you hit something very fast and very like violent, you'll actually get thrown up out of your seat. It's happened many times on my review video where I'll literally pop up out of my seat just because it's too springy. I don't know if it's just because the travel is not there or if it's just because it's just too tight. I feel like it's just too tight. That's my personal opinion. But it's not the end of the world. This actually does feel better than the C3 Strom Astro Pro. Now, it is bumpier than the Astro Pro just going straight. But when you actually have to hit stuff like bumps and stuff like that, this will absorb some of the bumps because Astro Pro had no suspension. Now, if I compare this to the Rev 1 e-bike that I've been riding and having a great ass time with, it doesn't even compare. So if you guys are gonna say, hey, how does this compare to that bike? It's not even in the same category. Oh man, I wish I would have made that. Also with the Super 73, it's nowhere close to the Super 73 as well. But then again, the Super 73 is just too expensive in my opinion now. I love the Super 73. It's a great platform to go to 72 volt. I think it's a lot better platform to go to 72 volt on that bike compared to the Rev 1 that I'm doing right now. You're not even gonna probably do a 72 volt on this bike, but it's just in a whole different class and it's too expensive. This price isn't too bad. It's marked down right now to $18.99, and if you use my code, I believe it's $100 off. The code will work for any FREEGO bike on their website, so it doesn't have to actually be the F2. It could be any of them. And I don't know what this guy's doing. That guy can't drive, bro. All right, I'm going. That guy didn't even stop at all. Got his license plate, 7EHB498. Asshole. He didn't even look to see a tractor was coming. He was like smoking a cigarette and looking down the whole entire time. That's crazy. All right, so this one's doing a little bit better, I think. So we're at 19 miles an hour right now. 20 miles an hour right now, so it's not bad. We are going with the wind this time, not against it. We're going with the wind. And we're really gonna see how it does coming down this hill. I'm expecting to hit, I'm gonna say 37 on here, which will be like about 34 miles per hour. Let's see. Oh, maybe I'll go faster than that. 36, 37, 38, that's 35 miles per hour, real GPS. Oh, all right, so we hit 35, 36 miles per hour. What? Okay, well, so close to it. I'm gonna go with 35, but I mean, that's pretty damn good. We're jamming too, and we're holding speed after that big old hill. Kind of impressed by that, not too bad. All right, guys, well, I am here, and I'm about to start work. I'm working a totally different schedule today. That's why the sun is in a different spot right now. The sun is actually out, though, I will say, compared to all my other videos. It's getting super hot here. The other day it was like 94 or something. But I'm working earlier today, so I'm gonna be off earlier, but it's still gonna be nighttime. It's only gonna be dark for probably like an hour before I get off, so we'll definitely check out all the headlights and tail lights and stuff in a minute. So I'll see you guys in about 5 seconds. All right, well, my buddy Caden right here ride the FREEGO bike before I take it back, and we'll check all these headlights from a distance, and yeah. And she's just here, I don't know. What's up?
Where do you want me to ride it?
Just write it up and down, and then just, I don't know, just tell me what you think about it. Obviously, it ain't gonna be no Super 73 or the C3 Strom that you first rode. It's in the full pedal assist. So the pedals will work when you move them, but they're really laggy. So you could just use a throttle if you want. It's gonna be a half twist throttle, so just twist it and just go. Oh, let me turn the headlight on and stuff. I think it's this button. You hold this top button. Yeah, there you go. So now your light's on. You might have to adjust the light. I haven't actually rode at night, so if it doesn't look like it's like shining anything, you might have to move it. All right, just don't fall. You can ride it next.
This fly was down.
Why were you looking there?
I wasn't trying to.
Wait, why do I still have my apron on?
Why are you trying to unzip your apron?
He's like, I'm already done.
I'm tired. You look cold.
It's cold.
That was fast.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
Yeah, you're back in no time.
Seats work, but
Yeah, seat's a little hard. I think it's really just has to do with the suspension, man, to be honest, but
no, yeah.
I don't know if you hit anything to really feel the suspension, but
I mean, no, yeah, the suspension's kind of good in the back. I mean, well, probably not like when you hit like something, but it's super springy.
yeah.
Like it's sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. But it's not too bad. I mean, if it's $1,800, it's not too bad.
Oh no, yeah.
Was the headlight, were you able to see at least?
Yeah,
like
no,
somewhat?
yeah. No, yeah.
Because like I said, I haven't tested out the headlight yet, so I'm gonna test it out in about like 5 seconds and see how it is. But I appreciate it, man. All right, so that was kind of a surprise that I had my buddy Caden. He's been in all the videos lately because he's just loving electric bikes and having a good ass time with them and stuff. And I'm actually glad because I'm always welcome to have people like ride my bikes and stuff, you know? You know, he's not really too familiar with a lot of bikes on the market. Like my buddy Connor, he was riding every single bike I had, and he's only technically rode like 3 bikes I had. So like giving his feedback, you know, it's kind of hard because he hasn't had that much experience on bikes. But I always like to hear, you know, people's comments and feedback. And he had the same feedback about this bike, about the rear shock. And I think that's gonna be a standard for everybody, unless you're probably 200 to 250 pounds, maybe I feel a little bit better, but this is just a little rough. But anyways, going to what I wanted to talk about on this bike was, I really want to see how these headlights look. And then we'll pull over on one of the trails and we'll see how it looks in a pitch black trail. We'll also check out the rear light as well. So just give me a second. First impressions on a main road, really no lights around here, but there's some, you know, on the corners and stuff like that, but not directly above me. You know what? I'm not mad at it. This is actually a pretty fantastic headlight. I'm not having any complaints, and I thought I was gonna have to adjust it up and down. Apparently I just got it perfect, like out of the box. But when I do go on one of those streets, I'll move it back and forth and we'll see like if it looks better if I move it up and down. It could maybe go ever so slightly up a little bit, but I can actually see pretty far. I can't see like super wide, but I'm actually pretty impressed by it so far. That's not bad. Another thing is really quick, after we almost run over this stuff, but I was able to see it, is we're down to 4 battery bars now. It says that we're at 15 miles on the bike, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, we start at 9. So that's actually pretty accurate almost. I mean, I do about 7 miles each way, so that was 6 miles. Oh, all right. I gotta get over. Woo! All right, coming in hot over here. All right, cool. So now we're on the trail that I want to check out this light on, and we don't have really any street lights other than the ones that are right over here. So I'm gonna get in between them. So I'm gonna stop about right here. And let's do this test with turning the lights off first. Let's see how it looks out here without the light. All right, so this is with no headlight on whatsoever. I can't see anything. That is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Now, if I do move it up and down, I actually think I got it on the perfect spot, because any higher than it's just going past this little wall right here. So I think that's pretty legit right there. Let's see how the tail light looks. It's kind of the same one as the Aerial Rider Kepler. So I'm sitting like this because I really want to hit the brakes and see how that looks. So that's how that looks, like that. And without pushing it, let's see how this looks. It's very dim. I gotta give it to the company and literally tell them, hey, that's not good enough. I had the same thing with the Aerial Rider Kepler. I just didn't like it. When you do hit the brakes, it is actually bright. But I feel like when you hit the brakes, that's how bright it should be, and it should get a little brighter when you hit the brakes. That's just too dim for me. So if I was you and you own this bike or wanted to buy it, use my discount code, whatever, I would definitely think about putting a different light on or strapping something onto the back, like LED strip, Something I did notice is that this is reflective. So these little things right here and this is kind of reflective off of my helmet lights because they're kind of glowing. And I noticed that it has a reflective tint to it, but I didn't even notice that at first. So that's pretty cool. But all right, let's get on the way. And I'm really curious to see where our voltage and our battery bars are gonna be when we end this trip. And when I get to the house and I tell you the voltage, I'll throw it up on the screen of the voltage chart. So then you'll know what percentage we got back at with doing a 14-mile trip from full, going to work, and then coming back home. So right now, under full load, it is saying 46.7 to 47 volts, which isn't terrible. I mean, that's not bad. I forget exactly what you start out at on a 48 volt system. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 54. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 54. And then on a 52 volt, it's, I think, 58. Man, we're jamming around these corners, though. If you guys can't see that display, it says 33 miles an hour, which means we're doing 30 miles an hour on this little sidewalk. Perfectly good, too. And another thing, too, is like when you turn, and I'll stop because this truck thinks I'm probably going to go in front of them, is when you turn on this bike, I can actually see when I turn. Most of them have like a projector style headlight that goes straight across. So when you turn, you can't actually see anything because the beam goes straight at an angle and you can't actually see going into your turn. That's not how this one is. You can actually see while turning, which is pretty nice. Okay, I didn't know you were making a U-turn, buddy. My bad. I was just trying to make the green light. I thought he was turning just a regular turn, not U-turn. I was kind of in the wrong for that. I was just trying to get over. My bad. So now that we're down a little bit of battery, let's come up this hill. Let's see how it does now at about 46 volts or 46 and a half volts if you want to be technical. We're doing about, the display says 26, 25, and 24, which is 21 miles per hour. So we're cruising at about 21 miles an hour coming up this thing. Why'd they brake so much? You see them? They brake like 5 different times. Just hold the brakes for one time. You're good. Uh-oh, this is gonna suck ass. No one hit me, please. This is the only sketchy section right there, is that there's no bike lane and I gotta like merge into the actual street and I kind of come from the corner. But I don't want to stay on that street because I don't want to like cut anyone off and be doing 25 miles an hour coming up the hill when everyone's trying to do 40. So that's a little sketchy. Coming down this, we're going pretty fast though. It does take your power away though, because we only have one like bar of power, now 2. So it definitely limits you while you're going. Oh dang, I'm going a little too fast for this. I had to get in their lane a little bit. They're probably not gonna be happy about it, but there was too much sand and I was going a little too fast. I don't really trust these tires too much. I don't know, I'm kind of new to the bike, so I'm not too familiar with how much I can like curve it, you know what I mean? I don't wanna eat shit. Go. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? I don't understand people. I don't know if like they think I'm trying to pass them and they're doing a nice gesture, or they just don't know how to drive. Because they could have totally went. I was just waiting for them to go, so I didn't get in front of them, and then they cut me off when I'm trying to like turn on the street and get in the bike lane. I'm not trying to get ran over here, you know? Now I will say, after getting, we have like 15 miles on this bike, roughly. I feel like the rear suspension is breaking in ever so slightly. It's not as bad as when I first got it at all. Like, it's actually not even close. I feel like if I would have rated the suspension at first, I would have probably gave it like, I don't know, man, like a 6 out of 10 or something. I forget what I said on my video review, but I'd probably bump it up another point right now, maybe a 7 out of 10. It's not the worst suspension. I mean, it's nice that it has it. Some bikes have more higher prices than this bike and they don't come with suspension. They have maybe a better build quality, but I mean, if you want full suspension, I mean, you can't really go wrong with it, especially like I said, I've been saying it a lot, but it's $1,800, $1,700 using my discount code. I'm not mad at it. It's just, I feel like I just need to be a little bit more heavier to enjoy the suspension a little bit and not have it like buck me back and forth. But the only time it really does that is when you really, really hit a pothole. And let's see if this Tahoe is gonna stay. Okay, cool. Thank you. I saw them inching out earlier, I thought they were going to go in front of that car, and then I was like, oh, they're going to just go in front of me instead. But they did it, so I appreciate it. These tires, they're not very loud compared to other e-bike tires, but I will say you definitely can hear them. They're not the most quiet tires on the market. So if you want like an absolutely like quiet ride, this probably won't be the bike. But I am going to say this motor is not that loud. It's actually pretty quiet. So if you step on like a Rev 1 or an aerial rider bike, any of the aerial rider bikes, to be honest, those bikes are absolutely insanely loud. This one is not bad. Like, yeah, you have a little bit of noise from it, but it's not killer. I got a full face helmet on and it's not bothering me. It's gonna be a little louder without my helmet. But I'm digging it, it's not bad. When I have the Rev 1, I mean, it does hit a higher top speed. Maybe the RPM in the motor is just, you know, winding out, you know, like a Honda with VTEC, I don't know. But it's just so loud. This one doesn't sound that loud at all. It's very doable to ride around. Not gonna have any complaints when riding on trails. And it's not gonna bug you too much, I don't think. Again, we did go down another battery bar. We are down to 3 battery bars now, and we are at 45.9 volts. Basically 46. If I actually let off, it goes up to 49 volts, and it's still climbing. So that just goes to show you, like, oh, did I do that? No, someone honked. Someone definitely honked or something. I don't know. I heard something. I don't have a horn on here. I thought I hit the horn because I'm used to the other day I was riding the Onyx and the horn's right on this side. And I was like, no, I got a bell, which I'm embarrassed just to use the bell, man. Come on, man. Nah. I don't even want to use it even if I really need to like notify someone I'm behind them. I'd rather just yell like, hey, get out the way. And as I sit here, we're at 49 volts and it's going up, and our power obviously is down, my bad, but I meant the battery is at 6 bars. So it's moving up. Hey. See, I got to do the same thing the truck's doing. I guess I could have probably went around him. I'm trying to make this light though. I don't know if he thinks I'm a motorcycle because he's kind of like hesitant to go faster. Oh, this is going to be perfect. If no cars went behind him, oh, come on, man. Everyone ran that damn light. You guys got to be kidding me right now. I need to get over. Everyone ran that. All right, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm going to go this way with you. Oh, okay, you turn it right here. All right. Go, bike, go. Go. We got to make this green light. You can do it. Come on, 1,400 watts of power. Make it. Yes. Yeah. Not too bad. I really didn't think we were going to make that. I'm having fun on it, though. I mean, to be straight honest with you guys, like, I'm having fun on it. I wouldn't be mad if I paid $1,800 for this bike. I really wouldn't be mad. I just feel like with my money situation, you know, like I've been doing YouTube a lot, making extra money, and I have a full-time job. Me personally, I would spend a little bit more money and go with like the Rev 1, or I'd go with something else. But like if your budget is around this price, it's not a bad bike. And it's actually very popular out there. I've seen a bunch of people riding. Like Dylan Thompson's been riding a lot. Some other YouTubers, like on other rides, like people have this bike in the group rides. I've been noticing. So it's not a bike that people haven't been buying. But someone said on one of my comments something about them going bankrupt. So I don't know how true that is. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to put any false information out there, but if that is true, then I don't know, man. That just happened like a couple days ago. I don't know. But they told me they were going to send us the F3 once they get production done. I don't know. But I will admit to you guys that for this company from FREEGO, we did review another bike from them. This obviously beats the hell out of the other bike that I reviewed from them. So they're actually stepping their game up. But I will say I haven't sold a lot of bikes for the company. So I'm going to be surprised if they do send us the F3. I've only sold like maybe a handful of bikes for the company. The Rev 1, on the other hand, I probably sold, I don't know, I think close to like 45 or 50 bikes for the Ride One Up Rev 1. I mean, that just goes to show you like what people are paying their money for. But like I said, I'm having fun. You know, regardless if you're getting this like as an entry-level bike for someone, you can't go wrong. I do feel like it's not really entry level. Someone said like, oh yeah, that's kind of like a beginner bike. This isn't really a beginner bike. It's actually a little bit higher than a beginner bike. I would say it's like kind of in the middle. if you're comparing like legit like e-bikes. We're not talking about the Saron or Onyx or anything like that, you know, that just kind of has fake pedals on it. This is like, I would say it's like about in the middle. I mean, somewhere around that area. It has some cool features on it. I do really like the pegs. There is no weight capacity on their website for the pegs, so no one knows at all. This headlight was good. I was able to see that little branch in the road. So yeah, I wish I knew the weight capacity on the pegs. I don't know. I know you could like sit someone on the back, and I'm pretty sure it'd be okay because it's attached to the whole entire frame. You're not sitting on like something that's like unstable in the back. But I mean, there has to be some type of weight limit because the bike in total is 330 pounds. How much can you fit just on the rear like person? So if the front person was like 100 pounds, can you fit someone on the back that's like 230 pounds? Then that's going to be 330 pounds like total. But is the back going to like hold that? You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's a badass bike. I'm almost home. Once I get home, I will update you guys and let you guys know where our voltage is at. I'll let you guys know when I'm going down the street full throttle, and then I'll also let you know the resting voltage and then our battery bars, which I think they're going to jump up. They're at 2 right now. So full throttle, full load on the bike, 45.1 voltage. All right. So when I pull up to the house, 48 volts. It's still probably going to go up a little bit because I just pulled up here. Our battery bars are right in the middle. They're at 3. I'm not going to be surprised. Like, it's already at 4. This is going up more. This is at 48.3 now, 48.4. It's literally going up and up and up. So I expect this to go up to probably 49 for voltage. And like I said, I think you could go down to about 40 or 39, but I would say 40 would be the cutoff to be on the safe side. But I love the fact that you can just look at this and be like, okay, if I'm at like 43 or 44 volts, I should be like close to home. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to totally kill the battery. Let's see where our trip was at, if you guys can see. Oh, so the whole time that the bike was on when my buddy rode it in front of my store, it's been 24 minutes. So I think that's pretty cool. So you could time your trips and stuff like that to see how long it takes you. We should have done that when I went to work the first time just to see, you know, I could have started it right when I left and turned it off like right when I got there and saw. So total miles on the bike, we started at 9 and it's at 21. So that's roughly telling me about 12 miles. So it's almost pretty accurate, but it's a little off. So it was like a mile off for each 7 miles I went on my trip. But it's not bad compared to the Rev 1. The Rev 1 was horrible for range. It said 3 or 4 miles when I got to work, and it's a 7-mile trip. I was like, that's completely off. But like I said, not a bad buy, guys. I'll have the links in the description, all the discount codes. I'll try to put them on the screen as well so you guys can check it out. If you guys are really thinking about getting it, or maybe wait for the F3 and see what's going on with the company, I think the F3 is going to be a pretty big hit, especially with a 2,000 watt peak motor is what I'm assuming. They're probably going to be a peak of 2,000, but I'm assuming they have to upgrade that motor. There's no way that motor is going to do 2,000 and be reliable for everybody that's buying it. They're going to have a bunch of warranty issues if they really try to push that to 2,000, because once you start pushing a motor with a bigger controller and everything like that, it's not as reliable. So we'll see what happens. But you guys are true MVPs for sticking around. Peace out. See you in the next one.